this particular video, we're going to discuss something interesting and which can change your perception about the world and about the market cycle. And if you understand this well, then it could be a benefit not just for your wealth building process, but also your mind process. It will give you more and more sense of accomplishment as compared to you see another news channels in across the world. Now let me discuss what is the Banner cycle. This is a Banner cycle which is introduced by the Sam Berners, who is one of the wealthiest farmer back in 19th century. But in 1873, he wiped out almost all his wealth. After losing his wealth, he came across and become the interesting market fluctuations and created something new system which can help you to enhance your learning. This system is based on the market cycle. It's first system this man has been built. This system and this market cycles, this chart, that is drawn by this man. That's called as the Samuel Burner. It is based on the larger cycle and slower cycle. That means a massive bull run, when the last bull run is happen, then there is no such thing which can stop that man to enhance the learning to grow in future. And as you know, in the market only few things matter a lot, because when you take a bet over the stock, over the any systems, then you need to know which kind of cycle is going on right now. And at a time when you understand the thing very clearly, then it will become so easy for you to go in future with no worry about that. There is a reason why the many people are not able to consistent making high profit from the market, because they are not able to control their all greed and fear, and which is the most essential part of our market. Just because of many of people just lose their wealth by applying the same thing, but they don't understand what is the psychology behind that every market situations, behind every trader psychology. It almost depending on their 80% of their psychology. When you take an investment, when you take a trade, it is driven by your emotions, not just for your convictions which you have done by your seeing your data, the data of earning, data of this company is growing very fast, not just for the belief, the system which you have set in your mind. It's take 80% of decision. It's happened in same thing. It's in this particular industry. Now we just put the chart and see here. It's called as the Banner cycle. Now take a look over the assume that which is the system which is delivered the last 100th year ago in 1875, and he published a book. And in this book, this man he just described everything in detail, what you need to do in order to get higher proportions of profits from the market, because every situations in the world and in a business in a market is depending on the situation which has been created by the across the banking system. It is called as the Federal Reserve Bank, and any country of Central Reserve Bank that can create a massive liquidity into the market. And that is the reason why the more and more liquidity, quantitative easing it's happen in the economy, there is a higher chance for you to give you a massive rally in the stock market. And it has happened same thing again and again. Now what was the discovered, let me know understand. There is a market two cycle, and the first is a larger cycle that is called as the major cycle, and that is represented by the brown color. And this is a line where we discuss why this large cycle it has been created. And it is a layer 1 cycle which is driven by a higher highs, which is created a cycle as compared to the black cycle. And this is a particular major cycle and represented by the brown. And another is the minor cycle, and which is a small cycle shown by the black color. And now interestingly you can see the banner cycle is keep making the top and bottom in the market in the last 10 years. When it has happened, then you need to know why it has happened right now. Just because of the level of the discuss from the top or the bottom, and it has been created a humongous wealth for the investor, those who are already earned and learned this book from the last 10 years. Now I should mention in the J couple side that this is not a trading system. It is should be used by the buy or sale system. Just because of if you are following this without understanding what is the reason behind that, then it could be make worse situations. The J couple said also you should do the things you need to do the thing. You don't need to be pretend this system, this chart, particular chart as a trading system. You need to be just consider this chart as an investment cycle and understand which kind of cycle is going on. Let me discuss in detail why this man is told about that. Just because of, in other words, it can be used in the guidance. It is just a tool where you can just implement as a single in your investment journey and try to make it very simple as you really want to be. And you maybe have it can use a major probability just because of you have already used a single which is widely acceptable. I'm not saying the widely acceptable, I'm just saying the intelligent investors are accepted this system and which is gonna be help you to buy or sell your stock at a particular time, and end of the day you will end up making a huge profit from this market. And now the banner cycle is how it's worth. Now let's discuss the first all maker a all major cycle which shown a brown color, and when the line touch at the top means that means this is a end of the bull cycle. And now just let me discuss the first major bull cycle in the graph, and this is the end of the 1927. The bear cycle has been started after 5 year of major crash, and it just happened the bull rep the when the bear cycle it has been started. This is keep going on in the till the 1931. Just because of that reason, a big depression it has been created in the economy. That is the reason why many of people lose their job and many of investors are already lose your investment in the particular companies, and that is the reason why a great depression it has been created here. Now when we look at the overall all the ways of after 65 years later, same thing is happened now. Just because of the great depression they have been delivered till now, it has been started in 1996 to the 2000, and in this 4 years you can see a bull run it has been also started, and it is almost end in end of the 1999. And this is the time when the people are not just fearing about the how we can invest your money into the companies, and many of things is happen same time. Now see the major cracks and other, and the more than 80% of crash is happen in Nasdaq, and the 50% crash is happen in S&P 500. If you don't understand it, then let me know. Discuss little bit more in detail. His major crash we have seen in 2019. It is the beginning of 2020, and when it has happened, this is I think this is not a particular crash which has had been designed by the natural. This is a particular case where the pandemic has happened. There is a reason a major and sharp bearish cycle it has been created at the time in March of 2020, and this is a period when the many people are just panic and sell all your positions from the market, and they just regretted about that end of the day. And now we talk about the minor cycle, which is the more prevalent according to the J couple, and there is a specific pattern, and that is where the summer discovered the market fluctuations of the cycle, as you can see in this table. Now, according to the Samuel Banner, the market is goes through the 2 years positive favor cycle is almost 5 years. Now, according to the Samuel Banner, the market goes through 2 years positive and favorable cycle, and the 5 years it is almost negative and the unfavorable cycle. Then 4 years in positive cycle and followed by the 7 years in negative cycle. Then 3 years in positive cycle and followed by the 6 year negative cycle. As you can see in the picture, now I really wanted to show something interesting in this minor cycle. Look at the early example, that is the 1929 to the 1931. I know it is too early, but nonetheless, you would have to avoid the major depression, the first major crash that is happen in the 1929 to 1931 to end of the year. It's the most recently shows the bullish cycle, which is almost happened the same thing in 1999. Yeah, when you look at this interesting chart and when you see the 1929, it is the time when the people are just panicking in this market because the stock market is starting to falling, and that is the reason why the major crash is starting to happen. If you understand really well, then this major fall is going to be happen in your future. By understanding the chart, then you will end up sell all your position from the market, and you are just waiting and seeing what could be happen in your future. So let me discuss the same thing when the same things happened in 1996. This is the time period when the again bull cycle has been created. You are just waiting for the another bull cycle just because of you are already experienced something big in the future in your past, and that is why you are just waiting for something big gonna be happen in your future, and you by waiting for something as you are end up getting a big opportunity in 1996, and till the end of the 1999 you are just end up making a huge money as compared to the another people who are not able to sustain your profit for a longer period of time. When the bull run is going to crash in early 2000, this is the time when the people are just panicking about what's going to be happening in the future because the stock market is starting to fall down, and end of the 2003 the dotcom bubble it completely crashed, which is crashed almost 60% when you talk about the Nasdaq, and the same things happen with S&P 500, and this is the major crash. And at the time many of investors projecting big crash is going to be happen in the future. According to this chart, when you look at this 2007 crash, it is already started to begin and piling up. This is the time when the Lehman Brothers bank it almost crashed, and this is the end of the 2007. The big things is gonna be happen in the future, and the same thing is repeated at time, and the major crashes started happen in 2008. Now, not a single predictions is really corrected. Let take example here. End of the 2016, the major crash is gonna be happen, but despite of the predictions in 2016, a major bull run is come. But now, after looking at this kind of data, you might be thinking about why this thing is gonna be happen. This is not a foolproof chart which can be identify the exactly bull run and bearish cycle at the same time, because every single formula has a on flow because of their not predicting the right data in near future. You cannot predict the right data exactly same time what gonna be happening in your future. So that is the reason why this that is the reason why let me discuss why you need to be considered little bit differently and take this chart as a signal, not a fully investment advice. Now, when you look at the 2016, this is the time a major crash is gonna be happen according to this chart. This is the prediction which has been delivered according to this chart. But the thing is gonna be changed completely. According to banner, maybe crash completely more than 60%. But the major crash is not happen at this time, because in 2016 a bull run is happen quite a lot, and the predictions which has been delivered by the banner's cycle it is getting wrong. Yes, now the good period of buying the long-term stock, and that means according to this banner cycle the good time it has been started the last few years, and right now the if you look at the S&P 500 and Nasdaq index, the already started showing a major run from this March of 2023. The same thing has happened right now. The predictions which has been delivered by the banner cycle, it is goes wrong just because of this man, this predictions, this banner cycle chart is just try to predicting the data that which is data is going to be a massive bull run end of the 2023, but the thing is not going to be fixed at the same time. When you look at the time right now, the scene is going to be changed because the bull run it already started in March 2023, but yeah, but according to the predictions, it's not reflects. But if you look at the overall data, you might see, yeah, this kind of data it's fixing quite a lot somewhere something else, and that's why I always suggest that don't take advice according to this data. And when look at this chart is already seeing that this bull run cycle it's gonna be end up 2026. This is the golden period if you really want to become a part of this bull run in stock market. As the Jacob said, this is not a strictly rule which you need to follow just for understanding and just for buying and selling all your positions into the stock market. This is the only signal which can help you to understand which kind of cycle is gonna be happen in near future. So this is my side where I discuss everything else why you need to take this chart very seriously, just because of this chart is predicting not just exactly accurately bull run or bearish cycle, but it can be deliver a very big point of view about this stock market. So take decision based on this season by understanding this chart. So this is my side today.